breaking news today coming out of Washington, D.C. as President Joe Biden announces his intent to run in 2024 for a second presidential term. He touts Democrats having a strong night last night during that general election. We will keep you up to date with any new information. Thanks for joining us. I'm Jessica Higgs.
And I'm Jocelyn Schifferdecker. Welcome to UCentral.
Well, elections are over and Oklahoma has re-elected Republican Governor Kevin Stitt for another term, along with Ryan Walters as state superintendent. But many are wondering what comes next. UCentral's Ben Anderson spoke to experts to find out.
Despite several national polls expecting a close governor's race for Oklahoma, Republican Kevin Stitt has been re-elected for a second term, though experts say this isn't that surprising that Democratic Joy Hoffmeister lost.
I think switching from Republican to Democratic was always going to be a problem for Hoffmeister. I think it was still a problem in this race. It is very hard to run and win a statewide race in Oklahoma with a D after your name.
Along with Stitt's win, several other Republicans won their seats, notably Ryan Walters for state superintendent. With Stitt keeping his position and Walters coming in, Dr. Hart is concerned for what this means for rural schools in Oklahoma.
I think they will absolutely push forward the idea of having school vouchers, having public money essentially going toward allowing parents to purchase private school for their children. I worry about the effect that would have on rural communities because they depend upon their public schools. And as we will have seen in past years in Oklahoma, if you lose your public school in a town, you lose the town.
As Walters prepares to take his new position, Oklahomans will have to wait and see how him and Stitt affect education across the state. Reporting in Edmond, Oklahoma, I'm Ben Anderson, UCentral News.
Thanks, Ben. And along with the school vouchers, both Stitt and Walters have expressed their desire to follow Florida in banning critical race theory and other issues in public schools across Oklahoma. So we will have to follow closely in the next few months to see how that will affect Oklahomans.
The Oklahoma gubernatorial election results are in, and I talked to UCO students earlier today to find out what their thoughts are. Here's what they said.
I am deeply disturbed and disgusted with our state and the fact that they have put someone who is clearly does not have our best interests in mind back into a position to lead us. I am scared for myself. I'm scared for my friends. I'm scared for my family as a woman in Oklahoma. I just fear for my life and my safety as a black person in Oklahoma.
And I am really mad about the election and how it came out. I think Stitt is very against women.
But as a minority in like every sense of the word, you know, being of color, LGBTQ, I just fear, not like for my safety and comfortability in this state and in this country.
I wasn't too surprised. I was disappointed. I did not want Stitt back in office. One thing I was like actually surprised about was Gina Nelson losing to Ryan Walters because I saw the debate and I don't see how anyone could have voted, but again, you think about it and it makes sense, so there's some disappointment there.
The Joy Hoffmeister campaign watch party and heard her concession speech. Here's a look at what she said in the immediate reactions from people in attendance there. I'm still here at the Oklahoma History Center, and Joy Hoffmeister did just deliver her secession speech. The immediate reactions from everyone around the room, a lot of tears, a lot of women specifically are crying. Many people are hugging and comforting each other as this is not the result that they were hoping for. Hoffmeister said in her secession speech that she is thankful for everyone who supported her and got her here. She did want to remind everyone that Oklahoma and the capital of Oklahoma, which is near the Oklahoma History Center where we are, still belong to the people. She said that the disappointment they feel right now is valid, but that hope will reside. And she said to never give up on Oklahoma. But again, right now, people are feeling extremely disappointed, and there are multiple tears, and people are hugging each other.
Leaders and citizens across the state.
Great reporting last night, Jocelyn. And at least 3 poll workers were sent home in Oklahoma Tuesday after they failed to give ballots to certain voters. Authorities in Tulsa received complaints around 7:45 a.m. that the poll workers were not giving city council ballots to Republican voters. Instead, they only got state ballots. Detectives later determined that it was actually 19 Republican, 7 Democrat, 4 Independent, and 1 Libertarian voters who were denied those ballots. The polling judge responsible for giving the poll workers instructions was also relieved of duty. Either candidate in the race can file a voting irregularity claim if it turns out the number of denied ballots could have swayed the election's outcome.
Markwayne Mullin won the Senate race last night. He will succeed GOP Senator Jim Inhofe, who is resigning in January. Mullin will be the first Native American senator from Oklahoma in nearly a century. Democrat Robert Owen, who is also a member of the Cherokee Nation, represented Oklahoma in the Senate from 1907 to 1925.
Well, the red wave just started. We're getting this country back. We're saying no to this left agenda that tried to even come after us here in Oklahoma. We're saying no. No, that's not who we are. We're saying no to this socialist agenda that this Biden administration has pushed down on us. The last 2 years, and I'm not trying to steal a line from Reagan, but man, I'll steal as many as I can from him. But there isn't anybody in this country that can honestly answer the question that they think we're in better place than we were 2 years ago. No one can answer that question and be honest about it. Guys, sitting back and doing nothing isn't okay. And there isn't a person in this room that has sat back and done nothing. You guys have all been involved. You guys have all been in this fight with us. And guys, I guarantee you nobody will work harder than us in Washington, D.C. to get this country back on track.
In the other Senate race, Senator James Lankford has won re-election for the second time. The Republican incumbent defeated Democrat Madison Horn with just over 64% of the vote. Lankford has represented the Oklahoma Senate seat since 2015. His next term will now end in 2029. Well, it's been a pretty gorgeous past few days, especially during Election Day towards the end yesterday.
Yeah, but I hear that there's a potential chance of rain coming up. Let's check in with Amber for our first look at weather.
Yeah, there is a pretty big chance of rain tomorrow that we will be seeing, that will be coming all across Oklahoma, and we will possibly be seeing a freeze, which is quite surprising with the temperatures we have been seeing currently. But let's stick to right now. 79 up in Oklahoma City right now, and it feels like it is 80 degrees. It feels like a pretty not super hot summer day, but it feels like it is summer outside, not more like fall. So it's a little strange since it is at the very beginning of November. Now tomorrow, for the weather headlines, rain will be coming in tomorrow. It'll be a pretty big percent change. It will be coming in tomorrow morning. So people that are walking across campus or going outside, make sure you have a raincoat and be prepared for this storm that will be coming. A freeze chance will be coming in next week, and we'll be covering that later on in the newscast. And a cold front is coming in as well. We'll be seeing that in the next couple of days. That's what will be bringing in that freeze as well. And Hurricane Nicole is currently affecting Florida. It is at a Category 1 right now with a 70 miles per hour wind. Nobody has been reported injured or any fatalities at the moment, which is good, but they are still recovering from Hurricane Ian, so that is going to be pretty difficult. Excuse me, Oklahoma City is 77 degrees, and then 80 up in Enid and 85 up in Guyman, and I'll keep you posted. Back to you.
Thanks, Amber. All the votes have been cast, but the political landscape in Washington remains unclear. While overall midterm election results may not be known for hours or even days, candidates from both parties are still celebrating historic victories. CNN's Karen Kaifa is on Capitol Hill with the latest.
The battle for control of the U.S. Senate is coming down to just a handful of critical races. Nevada, Arizona, and Georgia, where a tight contest between incumbent Democratic Senator Raphael Warnock and Republican Herschel Walker could go to a December runoff.
I look forward to continuing on that journey together over the next 6 years.
I'm like Ricky Bobby. I don't come to lose.
So far, Democrats garnering enough victories across the country to stave off Republicans' pursuit of a red wave. Each party now clinging to hopes of winning narrow majorities in at least one chamber. Democrats earning a much-needed opportunity to maintain Senate control with one critical win.
I'll be the next U.S. Senator from Pennsylvania.
As Lieutenant Governor John Fetterman defeated Trump-endorsed Dr. Mehmet Oz to flip the formerly Republican-held Senate seat. The GOP also falling short on Senate races in New Hampshire and Colorado, but taking key victories in Florida, North Carolina, and Ohio, where Republican J.D. Vance defeated Democratic Senate candidate Tim Ryan.
I will never forget the great people of Ohio. Thank you for this honor to serve you.
Control of the House, too, remains uncertain. Republicans who expected to benefit from high inflation and historical trends have not seen all of their anticipated victories materialize. However, GOP momentum in the closing stretch has given the party some hope.
It is clear that we are going to take the House back.
But with so many races yet to be determined, the balance of power in Washington is still up in the air. On Capitol Hill, I'm Karen Kafa.
Republican Sarah Huckabee Sanders won the Arkansas gubernatorial race against Democrat Chris Jones. Huckabee Sanders served as press secretary and communications director for former President Donald Trump. She will be the first woman elected governor of Arkansas, a position once also held by her father.
This has been an absolutely unbelievable and incredible 2 years. I first want to start by thanking my two opponents here in the final stretch, Chris Jones and Ricky Dale Harrington. One of the most amazing things about tonight is that no matter how it turned out, Arkansas was going to make history tonight. I know it will be the honor of a lifetime to serve as Arkansas's 47th governor and the first female governor the state of Arkansas has ever had. I'd also like to say we'll be the first, to my knowledge, father-daughter governor anywhere in the country. I like to say I think my dad's the best governor Arkansas has ever had, one of the best governors the country has ever seen, and I'm hoping to take that title away from him pretty soon.
Well, Election Day was a pretty gorgeous day overall, and it's been a pretty nice week so far, but I know there is a chance of rain coming up in that forecast.
And a potential freeze like Amber mentioned earlier. And we'll check in with Amber for your full weather forecast right after this.
Feel the beat of nature at a park or forest near you. Find a forest and music inspired by nature at discovertheforest.org.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Good evening and welcome to UCentral special coverage of the 2022 general election.
Is that democracy demands the middle. It demands compromise, and if it doesn't, then we're finished.
Harris being the president of the Senate, if those votes go to 50-50, that tiebreaker.
Yep.
So this is definitely going to be one that, we might not even know tonight.
No.
I'm still live here at the Oklahoma History Center in Oklahoma City, where Joy Hoffmeister is having her campaign watch party.
Well, we're back here at the Oklahoma GOP watch party with Lieutenant Governor.
We projected earlier, Governor Kevin Stitt will take a second term as Oklahoma's governor projected.
That's the thing we really want to stress to people is that it is a democracy.
Absolutely.
Your voice matters.
Absolutely.
Change doesn't happen overnight.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. My name is Amber Poston, and welcome to UCentral. That political ad was amazing. Whoever was in charge of that was incredible. All right, current conditions right now, it is 79 degrees outside, and it feels like it is 80 degrees. It feels like a pretty warm summer day. So we aren't feeling those fall temperatures at the moment, but we will be seeing them coming up this week. Excuse me. Rain is coming in tomorrow, so if you are walking across campus or will be outside doing any activity, make sure you have a rain jacket, umbrella, be prepared for what's going to be coming. It will just be a pretty heavy drizzle and pretty big storm, so just be prepared for that. Freeze will be coming in next week, so be prepared for that. It's honestly quite surprising, but we will be seeing that with that cold front that is coming in this week as well. That freeze will be coming in with it too. Hurricane Nicole is currently affecting Florida right now. It is at a Category 1. Florida is still recovering from Hurricane Ian, but it has a 70-mile-per-hour winds at the moment, but there hasn't been any fatalities or injuries, which is good. Current conditions up in Oklahoma City, it is 77 degrees, up in Enid, 80 degrees, Ponca City, 78, and Tulsa, 56. So quite weird that there is a bunch of different temperatures, a bunch of 70s, and a really low temperature down up in Tulsa. All right, 75 degrees tonight. We'll be seeing that with a pretty strong south mile-per-hour wind. So we'll be seeing some pretty strong gusts in the next couple of days. 65 up in Oklahoma City, 44 and up in Guymon. Altus is 64, but those temperatures will not be staying, as we will be seeing some pretty cold fronts that will be coming in the next couple of days. Now tomorrow, 72 up in Oklahoma City. Enid is 56 degrees, Ponca City is 73 as well. Now today, if you went outside this morning, it felt pretty nice outside, a little bit humid, very, very breezy outside. So 65 this morning, and currently and around this afternoon as well, it was around 78 degrees and 65 tonight. So it'll be feeling pretty nice outside. Now, looking at our weekly 7-day forecast, it's going to be a strange week. We'll be seeing that rain coming in tomorrow, having that 70%, and then the 40% in the evening. Then that cold front comes in on Friday. So that cold front is going to be coming in, and that will be lasting for quite some time. Monday is the day that we will be seeing some snow because of that cold front that will be coming in. The snow is coming in up from Washington, and there is some rain, and that will start coming in like this, and that is why we will be experiencing a freeze on Monday. But that is the only day that will be happening. Back to you.
Thanks, Amber. Hopefully that does not affect travel, but the ground should be pretty warm still from these 70s we've been having. But coming up next, UCentral's Jaden Ford has your Central Diversity Update.
Stay tuned.
I was raised to believe in the power of possibility, to always move forward but never forget where I came from, to value hard work, ingenuity, and hospitality. On one hand, my people are rough and rugged. On the other, refined and elegant. They taught me how to love beautiful things and cherish my past, to seek out adventure, eat well, and to have a good time. So I keep their traditions alive every place I go. They call me Oklahoma City, but you can call me the modern frontier.
UCentral News as a whole, you got to be in those different areas, like being on camera, being off camera, being in the control room. And so I feel like that is what prepared me most about being in the workplace.
UCentral and the Mass Comm department has provided me all the tools and the fundamentals that are needed in order to thrive well and thrive fast at my job.
Hello everyone and welcome back to Central Diversity. I'm Jaden Ford. Massachusetts has elected its first women and first openly lesbian governor in state history. Democrat Maura Healey has defeated Governor Geoff Diehl She is current state attorney general and served in that role since 2014. She will succeed Republican Governor Charlie Baker, who chose not to run for a third term. At the age of 25, progressive activist Maxwell Frost is the first Gen Z to be elected to Congress. A former March for Our Lives and ACLU activist, Frost won his first bid against Republican Army veteran Calvin Wimbish to represent Florida's 10th congressional district.
I didn't run to be the first Gen Z member of Congress, right? I ran to represent District 10 and the people here in Central Florida because I believe in our state. But it's a big part of the story, right? Gen Z and millennials make up a third of our country, but we're nowhere near a third of government. And I think we need a government that looks like the people. So I'm excited to bring that representation to Congress. I'm the first, but I definitely won't be the last.
Last night held many firsts for the black community, and the Democratic State Representative Summer Lee made history by becoming the first black woman elected to Congress from Pennsylvania. Lee will succeed retiring Democrat Representative Mike Doyle. And in Maryland, Democrat Wes Moore defeated Dan Cox, winning Maryland's election for governor and becoming the first black governor of the state. That is all I have for you guys today on Central Diversity. See you guys next week, and I hope you guys went out to vote. Back to the desk.
Thanks, Jaden. And coming up, UCO Broncos soccer heading out of state for a potential championship title.
And Week 10 of the NFL starts tomorrow. UCentral's Brooke Niver has the details.
Feel the beat of nature at a park or forest near you. Find a forest and music inspired by nature at discovertheforest.org.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm Brooke Niver with your sports update. Dylan Lucas was named co-wrestler of the week by the MIAA. The sophomore from Ardmore killed his return to the mat this past weekend, going 5-0 with 5 bonus points. On Sunday, Lucas finished with 2 technical falls and a first period pin in the finals. The team competes Thursday at Drury in Springfield, Missouri. The soccer team is competing in Minnesota for the first round of the Central Region Tournament. Sophomore defender Cassidy Collins was named all-tournament team this week by the MIAA. Collins helped the backline in the previous game against Fort Hays, only allowing them to 6 shots on goal out of 16 shots in the game. Central is the number 7 seed in the tournament and is playing this Friday in the opening round. Thursday night, the UCO volleyball team begins their MIAA championship tournament. The Broncos will be playing Washburn, who they have already beat twice this season. Central is playing the Ichabods in Missouri at 7:30 p.m., and this will be the 10th year in a row that the team has made the MIAA tournament. 5 of the players on the team earned MIAA honors. With the NFL halfway through the season, free agent talk has been the hot topic. Free agent wide receiver Odell Beckham Jr. has been interested in joining the Dallas Cowboys. The Cowboys have stated that the feelings are mutual. Even the owner and general manager Jerry Jones stated that Dallas has all the appreciation in the world for him. Jones also said that Beckham would look pretty good putting on a helmet with the Cowboys star. And that leads me to Week 10. The Falcons play the Panthers tonight at the Bank of America Stadium in North Carolina. Baker Mayfield will not be starting tonight. P.J. Walker has been named the starting quarterback for the Panthers' Week 10 matchup. Mayfield has not had the best start to his new team and has not started since Week 5 after he was benched with an ankle injury. Walker has a passing completion percentage of 58.9 with a total of 623 yards. Walker has beat Mayfield's percentage by 2.3. Kickoff is at 7:15 on ESPN or Fox. That's all I have for sports today. Make sure to keep up with Bronco Athletics on broncosports.com. Have a great rest of your day, Edmond, and remember, roll Chiz. Back to Jocelyn and Jessica at the desk.
Thank you so much, Brooke. Coming up next, we have your Hollywood Minute Update.
Plus, Amber Poston has your final look at weather.
Found my heart out there in the open. Trees make
Feel the beat of nature at a park or forest near you. Find a forest and music inspired by nature at discovertheforest.org.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Welcome back to UCentral News. Pretty gorgeous day overall, but I know there is some change in the wind coming.
Some possible rain, some possible freeze. Amber, what do you have for us over there?
Y'all are exactly right. We will be seeing a bunch of different weather patterns that will be happening this week. So right now we'll be looking at our statewide map. It is 77 up in Oklahoma City, 78 up in Ponca City, and then 75 up in Guyman. So it's feeling a little bit on the warmer side today. It's feeling more like a summer day, and so it's going to be feeling not like this for the next couple of days. So we'll be sticking in with that. Now we're looking at our excuse me, our 7-day forecast. Thursday, we will be seeing a 70% chance of rain, and then that evening it will be 40%. And that cold front does come in on Thursday evening, and that will be impacting us for the rest of the week. Now, Monday is the day to be worried about, is that we are having a snow chance, and I would like to describe that. There is snow coming up from Washington that will be coming down, and there's rain up in Texas that will spiral like this and move from the west of Oklahoma and impact the whole state. So be prepared for the storm that will be coming. Have your tools ready in your car, have your jackets, have boots just in case. And if you get stuck on the road, make sure to call police so they can help you. Back to you.
Thank you, Amber. And this year's Sexiest Man Alive is, drumroll please, actor Chris Evans, also known as Captain America. People magazine made the announcement on The Late Show with Stephen Colbert Monday night. Colbert said the former Captain America is a, quote, incandescent supernova of hotness. Former Sexiest Man Alive, Dwayne Johnson, congratulated Evans on the coveted title. Johnson then joked around saying, quote, I'm Sexiest Man Alive in perpetuity, which means for life. In his acceptance speech, so to speak, Evans urged Americans to, quote, go vote. Evans took the Sexiest Man crown from fellow Marvel alum Paul Rudd. So I think that's kind of fun how two little MCU superheroes.
One Marvel to another.
I know. Captain America and Ant-Man. I believe Chadwick Boseman has also taken the title. So, I mean, I'm a Marvel nerd,
I love Marvel.
Me too.
I love both Paul Rudd and Chris Evans.
Right.
So.
Chris Evans, especially in that Captain America suit.
I like the Knives Out sweater, the cable knit sweater.
Yes. Yes. We're going to say less. That is all the time we have for today on UCentral. Thank you so much for joining us, and we will catch you back here at 4:30 tomorrow.
Have a great night.